2016. I feel like the general consensus was that 2016 all around was just a little bit shit, really. But taking things to a bit more of a personal note and talking about my personal 2016, although it was definitely a roller coaster at some times, all around the year was actually pretty great. For this whole year I have been keeping track of everything that I have been doing basically. So I've got a list of all of the concerts I went to, all of the books I read, all of the movies I watched, or at least most of the movies that I've watched, sort of the big things that happened and the places that I traveled to. And for the last few years on this channel around New Year's I have been doing these year in review videos. This one's going to be of a bit of a different format, but I still wanted to kind of wrap up my year with you. So without further ado, let's get started. This year I saw 10 different bands play at 6 different concerts or events. My favourites were definitely the Beyonce concert and the Panic at the Disco concert. I set myself a goal at the beginning of the year that I wanted to read 12 books, so basically 1 book a month, because at the time I only really was doing my reading on my transport to and from work. When I discovered that 12 books was going to be too easy, I bumped it up to 30 books for the year and I actually ended up reading 35, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that one. In terms of music, I have a few different apps that I use to listen to music, but Spotify is my main one, and every year they do like a review as well of your year in music. So according to that email that I got from Spotify, this year I listened to 5,797 minutes of music. My top 3 played songs, which I obviously hit repeat on quite a few times, were Little Bird by Angus and Julia Stone, Harlem by New Politics, and Aviation by The Last Shadow Puppets. My most popular day of the week for listening to music was on a Thursday. Not really sure why that is, but hey ho. And my top 5 artists that I listened to this year were The Wombats and Years, which are my favourites, so they come as no surprise to me. Arctic Monkeys and Aluna George, which are also some of my favourites, so again, no surprise. And then the 5th one was Justin Bieber, which I'm like half ashamed of myself for, half not ashamed of myself for. I guess my music taste changed this year. 2016 was also a year of travel for me. I managed to make it to 8 different countries. I took 14 different plane journeys to get there and also 1 boat journey. And I traveled a total of 35,905 kilometers. The trips and the travel that I managed to do were definitely highlights of my year, but in terms of some of the other things, good and bad, that happened this year, I got sick a lot. I also took my sister to see Wicked for her birthday, which was amazing. I really want to say wicked, but that would be a terrible pun. Nick and I got our DIY on and we built ourselves a picnic table so we could enjoy summers in our garden. We also went to see Graham Norton live. We also joined a gym for about a month and a half, probably used the pool more than we used like the actual gym equipment. But now we have actually joined another gym, we're enjoying it a lot more. So hopefully this one will stick around. I got to go to the Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass UK movie premiere, which I still can't really believe happened. I'm sure any of you who know me know that Alice in Wonderland is one of my favourite things. To go to a premiere, especially of Alice, was definitely a highlight of the year, and I got to take my sister, which made it even more awesome. I also got to go back to VidCon this year, which is definitely one of like the top 5 highlights of the year. For the last 2 years I've gone to VidCon, it has been an incredible experience. This year I got to meet some people, cough twin source, that I have been following online for so many years. So to get to meet them in the flesh and to hang out with them and film videos with them was just really amazing. I also went to a few parties at the new London YouTube space, which was again very, very cool. One slightly annoying / majorly inconvenient thing that happened was that our landlord decided he wanted to do renovations on our flat and we had to move out 6 months earlier than we initially anticipated. But on the flip side of that, Nick and I now live in our own apartment. As you can see, I definitely haven't found like the best background for filming yet. Although it wasn't exactly something that we had planned this year, I feel like for a lot of us anyway, 2016 was a year of resilience, and sometimes change happens and you're not prepared for it, but you kind of just have to roll along with it anyway. I feel like I'm missing out a lot of important stuff that happened to me this year or happened in my life this year, but I feel like that's a pretty good place to leave it. So I think I'm going to leave this video here. I do hope that as much as 2016 was, you know, I guess a year that not many people want to remember, I hope eventually when people look back on this year, if they haven't had the best, they can at least think of a few things good that happened to them this year. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously you will see my face over the course of the year, but I'm excited to sit down at the end of 2017 and film another one of these videos because I have no clue where 2017 is going to take me, which although terrifying is kind of exciting. So yeah, hope you all have a wonderful year and I'll see you all next week. Bye!